Are you ready to witness a seismic shift in America's future? The year is 2025. Donald J. Trump once again occupies the Oval Office. His second term is not business as usual. It's a whirlwind of bold actions, sweeping policy changes, and legal battles. From government restructuring to foreign policy overhauls, Trump is leaving his mark. Controversy follows closely, as always. The nation holds its breath, caught between anticipation and apprehension. This is a new era in American history, shaped by the unpredictable force that is Donald Trump. The early days of this second term have been marked by a flurry of activity. Trump, energized by his return to power, has wasted no time in setting his agenda in motion. He's tackling issues with his trademark directness, often bypassing traditional diplomatic channels and political norms. This approach, while effective in capturing attention, has also created friction both domestically and internationally. The world watches closely as Trump reshapes the American landscape. Allies and adversaries alike are trying to decipher his strategies and predict his next moves. Within the United States, public opinion remains sharply divided. Supporters praise his decisiveness and commitment to putting America first, while critics express deep concern over his policies and their potential long-term consequences. The stakes are high, the tension palpable. As Trump's second term unfolds, one thing is certain: America, and indeed the world, is in for a turbulent ride. The decisions made in these crucial years will reverberate for generations to come, shaping the very fabric of American society and its place on the global stage. Trump's vision for a more efficient government has led to a radical restructuring of the federal bureaucracy. Key agencies are being streamlined, consolidated, or even eliminated, with the goal of reducing waste and redundancy. This approach, while lauded by some for its ambition, has also drawn criticism for its potential to disrupt essential services and undermine government expertise. At the heart of this transformation is Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, a private entity granted unprecedented access to sensitive data from various government departments. Musk, a close ally of Trump, argues that his technological prowess and business acumen are essential to modernizing the government. However, critics raise concerns about conflicts of interest, data security, and the erosion of public trust in government institutions. Legal challenges have been swift and numerous. Lawsuits allege that Trump's executive actions overstep his authority and violate established procedures. The firing of government ethics watchdogs, for example, has been met with accusations of obstruction of justice and attempts to shield the administration from accountability. The courts are now grappling with these complex legal questions, their rulings poised to have far-reaching implications for the balance of power in American governance. The battle over government restructuring is about more than just efficiency. It's a fundamental clash of ideologies about the role of government in society. Trump's vision emphasizes limited government, individual liberty, and free market solutions. His opponents, on the other hand, argue for a more active role for government in protecting citizens, ensuring fairness, and promoting the common good. This debate, far from being settled, is only intensifying as Trump's second term progresses. Trump's foreign policy in his second term is as unpredictable as ever, marked by a mix of isolationism, transactional diplomacy, and a willingness to challenge established norms. The world watches with a mixture of fascination and trepidation as Trump charts a new course for America on the global stage, often prioritizing his own personal relationships with world leaders over traditional diplomatic protocols. The ongoing war in Ukraine has become a focal point of Trump's foreign policy. Breaking with his predecessors, Trump has taken a more active role in seeking a negotiated settlement to the conflict. He has engaged in direct talks with both Vladimir Putin and Volodymyr Zelensky, eschewing the involvement of European allies in an attempt to broker a deal that he believes will serve American interests best. Trump's approach to the Middle East has also been unconventional. He has proposed a controversial plan to take control of Gaza for redevelopment, arguing that this would bring stability to the region. This proposal has been met with skepticism from many international observers who question its feasibility and potential consequences. However, Trump remains undeterred, convinced that his deal-making skills can succeed where others have failed. As Trump reshapes America's relationships with both allies and adversaries, the global order is undergoing a period of profound uncertainty. Traditional alliances are being tested, new partnerships are emerging, and the rules of international engagement are being rewritten. In this fluid and unpredictable environment, one thing is certain: Trump's foreign policy will continue to keep the world guessing. As we delve into the economic policies under Trump's second term, we see a continuation of tax cuts aimed at stimulating growth. However, this approach has its critics, who argue that it primarily benefits the wealthy while increasing the national debt. Trade policies also remain a focal point, with tariffs on imports designed to protect American jobs. But these measures often spark trade wars, affecting global markets and sometimes leading to higher prices for consumers. Deregulation is another key aspect, with efforts to reduce federal regulations on businesses. Proponents say this fosters innovation and economic expansion, yet opponents worry it might compromise environmental and consumer protections. In terms of job creation, the administration promises to bring back manufacturing jobs and boost employment through infrastructure projects. Still, it's worth noting that the effectiveness of these strategies can vary, and the long-term impacts are often debated among economists. So, as we consider these policies, it's clear that the economic landscape is shaped by a complex interplay of benefits and drawbacks, making it a topic of ongoing discussion and analysis. In Trump's second term, military and defense priorities would likely see a significant shift. Increased funding for defense projects and a focus on modernizing the military could be expected. Additionally, there might be an emphasis on strengthening the nuclear arsenal and enhancing cybersecurity measures. This approach would aim to ensure that the United States maintains its global military dominance. Social and cultural changes under a second Trump term could be profound. Policies might focus on reinforcing traditional values and addressing contentious issues such as immigration and national identity. We could see efforts to reshape the educational curriculum to reflect these values. Furthermore, debates around freedom of speech, media, and technology companies could intensify, potentially leading to new regulations and standards. Reactions to these changes would undoubtedly be mixed. Supporters would argue that these policies are necessary for national security and cultural preservation. However, resistance from various groups, including civil rights organizations, progressive activists, and even some international allies, could be substantial. Protests, legal battles, and widespread public discourse would likely characterize this period of American history. So, what lies ahead for America? The future would be shaped by how these policies are implemented and received by the public. Economic growth, social cohesion, and international relations would all be at stake. As the nation navigates these changes, the resilience and adaptability of the American people will be crucial in determining the country's trajectory. The coming years would, without a doubt, be a defining chapter in America's story.